Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Johnny Basha, and I'm with a talented team of 5 people, and we created Slim Fund. So before we get into the details, let me just tell you a quick story. I have this friend, Blaine, nice guy, goofy guy. I love him, one of my best friends. He's a little bit overweight. He's kind of unhealthy. He doesn't really care about eating healthy or exercising, and I just can't find a way to motivate him. He doesn't, go out of his way to eat healthy or exercise. So with that idea in mind, we have Slim Fund. Just to get us started, financial incentives increase weight loss by 5 times. That was a UPenn study, which kind of got us thinking about the impact that financial incentives have on motivating people to lose weight. So we have a basic problem here. We identified it. There's people every day that are overweight, they lack motivation, they can't lose the weight themselves. And then there's people like me who have friends that just aren't getting things done, and I want a better way to motivate them, even if they're a loved one, and just be healthier. So with that being said, there's a couple more problems that spill out. They're not just individuals suffer from things like this, but there's also employers and corporations and companies that are stuck paying higher insurance premiums for their employees because of their risk to unhealthy tendencies, whether it means being overweight, having heart problems, or any other kind of other diseases that just come hand in hand with not caring about what you eat or how much you weigh. Also, there's insurance companies who they are aiming to reduce their claims. And to do that, you have all these people targeting the same issue for different reasons, and we want to make people be healthier. We want to motivate people. So here's the concept. We're Slim Fund. We are a crowdsourcing platform that uses financial incentives to get people motivated to go. So, people come to the website, someone signs up, they create a free account, they upload a picture, they set a goal for how much weight they want to lose, and then they tell their friends about it. And their friends throw $1, $5, $10 at them, and then all of a sudden you have this one person who was never motivated before, and they have $100 to $500 banking on them. So all of a sudden it changes the whole climate of this, this inherent motivation. So, is there anyone else that does this? No, we have no competition whatsoever. No, of course there's people who do this. There's a handful of companies that are similar to us, but they do different things. We found 3 main tiers of this. One was gambling websites that say, here, you pay $100, and if you don't lose 10% of your weight in 2 weeks, we keep the $100. Great, that sounds like a good scam. Then there's people who approach the crowdsourcing, environment and the inspirational part, but they don't care about, health or losing weight. So those are the Kickstarters, the GoFundMes. And then the third tier would be the traditional weight loss, people looking to motivate themselves and lose weight on their own. So where do we fit in all this? So we are Slim Fund. We are the first crowdfunding site to focus on weight loss. We take a crowdfunding approach to a weight loss focus where friends, families, employers, and anyone else in the support system can motivate people to lose weight. Next slide, please. So who are our initial customers? So people who want to lose weight for themselves and their own personal benefit, they want to have inherent motivation. Then there's people like me who want to motivate friends or family who are just sometimes too lazy to get up and do it themselves. They don't see the value. Thirdly, we have insurance companies and other entities like that who want to reduce their likelihood of claims against them. Again, that's all about the money. Then you have corporations and employers who want to reduce their costs that they're paying to insurance companies. So, we identified this large group of customers. They all have the same goal, different reasons. So, what's that market like? Is it big, $1 million, $2 million? No, $61 billion. That's the amount of money paid every year in the weight loss industry in the U.S. economy. And there's several $100 million of that coming from online dieting, and that's where we exist. There's definitely a market here. 42% of the U.S. population will be obese by 2030, and a jump like that creates, this huge cost in healthcare. So are there customers? Let's try it out. Customer validation, yes, there are customers. We spoke to 25 people on the phone, age ranging from late teens to early 60s, and what we found is that with this different dynamic demographic, there are people who want to lose weight socially. They're comfortable with it, they want to get motivated, and that age range was the late teens and early 20s. So, they're comfortable to say, hey, I'm fat, I want to lose some weight, I'm sick of this, I want to change. So they'll put themselves out there. And there's this inherent level of comfort that, this group has. So, all right, there's a valid customer, cool. You guys are thinking, what's this guy talking about? I still doubt it. And all right, we're low on time. So we did find a customer. We have the potential to go to revenue. So we spoke to a company in Phoenix. They're Crescent Crown Distributors. They have 600 employees, and we told them about this. We said, would you be interested? They said yes. They said, if you guys were a real company, we'd pay for it right now. So, here's the business model. On the next side, we have a financial forecast. We would have about $18,000 in expenses. I'm out of time, but I'll be happy to answer the financial questions in a little bit.
So you had to breeze through it there, but how does the company make money?
Right. So this is kind of where we left off. The company makes money by charging a 5% fee on the money that would be funded to the motivated individual. The person hoping to lose weight, acquires this whole group of followers and gets, like I said, $100, $200, $500. And when they reach their goal, they get paid the money, and we take a percentage from that.
How do you scale?
How do we scale? So we pretty much bootstrapped this whole thing. Our costs are pretty low. As we move forward, our expenses are going to be in things like hosting and travel expenses and cell phone costs and things like that. So in order to move forward, we would just be ramping up advertising. We'd go to Google AdWords, we'd go to Facebook ads, we'd travel to corporations, the insurance and the employers. Those are where the initial kind of jump forward in users is going to come from.
Two-part question. Is Stick a version of your company that is not focused on losing weight? And two, if so, how successful a company is Stick?
Stick is successful. According to them, about 80% of the people... Sorry. Stick is a successful company, and according to their website, about 80% of the people reach their goals. But it's much different because all you do on Stick is, first of all, it's not focused on weight loss. It's any goal you want to reach, and you put up your own money, and you can lose your money. And that's pretty much... The motivation is all centered around whether you lose your own money.
Just a quick follow-up. When you say Stick is a successful company, can we put a number on that?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, if anyone else has questions about financial statements, we do have them still available. Pretty much, if you're wondering what the ask is, the ask would be somewhere around $20,000 to cover our first year of expenses, to offset that red, negative in the first year, and we'd be able from there to create organic growth and enough money to kind of jump forward with future growth in the second year.
So I'm a junkie, and I go out and I do this, and I raise some money, and then 3 months later, I'm fat again. How do you ensure that someone just doesn't go and do this over and over again, or what's the long-term tie to this, the long-term success?
We are looking into some different ways to combat that. One thing that we thought of is the possibility that they get 50% of their money once they reach their goal, and then they get the other 50% 3 months later, and different options of things like that. There's also, we're also talking about having them give the option to give a percentage to charity, whatever percentage they want. They could do all of it if they're not motivated to get the money themselves, for example.
Have you identified any barriers to entry? What are you going to protect yourself from competitors coming into this marketplace?
Right, so in the meantime, there's no one doing precisely what this approach is. There's people kind of, skedaddling around it. There's people who are crowdfunding, but not focusing on health, on, wellness. And there are people focusing on wellness that aren't kind of using the crowdfunding approach. So in the meantime, there is, I wouldn't say a low barrier entry, but it's easy for us to move into it. If we had more time, it's unfortunate. We had a prototype that's ready to go, and we had a display for you. I don't know if it's appropriate to show that, but moving forward, you're saying, like, who could jump in? We're not exactly sure on what that would look like. It would probably create a competitive atmosphere and drive the revenue percentage down.
How are you actually going to monitor the people that they're telling the truth, that they're losing the weight?
Right. So are they faking it just to get money? Well, we have no Scouts Honor. Our system is based on you set your goal. It's static. It doesn't change. You lose weight. You keep logging. You don't lie about it. And when you're ready to go prove it to the world that you have actually lost the weight, you go to a certified employee at a gym or a fitness center or a wellness center, and they have a contract that's provided by our website, and someone with some kind of certificate or profession will sign off and say, this is actually the weight, and that will be, put forward.
Two questions.
Great. Yeah. Okay, good.
First,
yes.
First question is, who holds the money? You guys have a back end, PayPal, something like this?
We would have,
Son of-
yeah, we would have some sort of merchant account processor, whether it's PayPal or WePay or AcceptSafe or any kind of thing like that.
And
They
then
would-
barriers to entry. You nervous about any of that?
I'm sorry, what?
Barriers to entry. Are you nervous about, wannabes, Me Too's?
No, barriers to entry for us are pretty low. Like I said, no one's kind of in this space now, so it gives us the opportunity to really get going. We've only had about 54 hours, I think they said, to work on this, and we've created a pretty viable prototype. And the approach we have is, it's at least believable and encouraging to the 25 people we've spoken to.
Hey, no, it's not a question. Dave, just want to clarify that in crowdfunding sorts is usually nobody holds the funds until they achieve the goal and it goes straight. So there is no escrowing of funds, really.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the escrowing of funds is a good thing to have, in my opinion, though, because, yeah.
All right, thank you.